ask a question.
Yeah.
And you can't do it.
Because that's not one.
No information inside the name.
Okay.
And they just signed them late, is that what you said? They just signed them really late?
Good afternoon. I'd like to call to order this May work session for the Carroll County Board of Education. We'd first off like to welcome all our visitors tonight. We got some great visitors out there. And if you would, join me now in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Turn it over to our superintendent, Mr. Carroll, now.
Yes, Mr. Chair, board members, I'd sent a message Friday. We would like to request that we move items 9, 11, 12, and 13 up above student and teacher achievement. As I shared with you in a message, we've got 4 people in the room that need to get to a baccalaureate service, hopefully by 7 o'clock. And this way, if they have to leave early, we will have taken care of anything that needed to vote. So,
We have a recommendation to move those items. Can I get a motion?
I'll make that motion.
Have a second?
I second.
Any questions? All in favor, raise your right hand. All right, so we'll move to number 9, business items, correct?
yes, sir.
All right.
As part of the budget calendar for the 2027 operating year, the board is scheduled for discussion and possible action to tentatively adopt the budget. I will share the budget update. In eBoard, there are 2 items attached. First is the budget report, which includes all the details of the numbers, items for consideration, the totals by fund, and details for both the general fund and capital projects fund. To summarize all of that is the presentation of the budget. At this point in the timeline, we are in the May to June window, and in addition to tentatively adopting the budget this month, there's also the first public meeting scheduled for May, and that has been advertised in the paper and on the district's website. Then the next step would be the final adoption and following a second public meeting in June. Now, there is a note in the timeline. We do have a change with Senate Bill 33 from this legislative session. Would eliminate the requirement for the estimated rollback rate certification. This was a brand new requirement that started last year. And so today, Governor Kemp did sign Senate Bill 33, so that will be removed from the calendar. A second area that the Senate Bill 33 will impact is the revenue projections for the district. In the center of the screen, under residential property taxes, with Senate Bill 33, that opts all entities in to the floating homestead exemption, and so we'll be updating the property tax estimate. Moving to the right of the revenue projections, we do anticipate an increase in state funding driven by increases in benefit costs as well as training and experience funding for step raises. Additionally, there are 2 grants that are included in state funding, a mental health grant and a literacy grant. In looking at the assumptions for the expenditure projections, uh, first of all, with personnel, there are no increased personnel within this budget. You know, enrollment is flat, and then personnel numbers also remain flat. If there's a need in a specific area, that was addressed through reallocation of personnel rather than any additions to personnel. Increases are related to employee benefit costs. We did receive some good news with the state health benefit premium cost for the employer portion. In the final numbers, that initial amount increase of 7.6% was reduced to 2.7%, so that was great news. The priorities for the FY27 budget is to continue the instructional programs and support services provided for students. From the items for budget consideration, the areas where the primary additions are with the new state funding, both for literacy as well as the mental health funding. Also, there's a small increase in two additional areas, one being safety with an additional SRO, and the second one in services for hearing impaired students. The one area that is still outstanding for the budget is the state allotment sheet. This is the latest that the state allotment sheet has been released. We are still waiting on that information. The revenue numbers that are currently budgeted is a conservative estimate. If those numbers come in better than expected, then the next step would be to look at the items for consideration where the district has compiled the priority needs that have not been included in this budget. Overall, the proposed budget is $210.3 million. This is a balanced budget. A $5.3 million change in revenues and expenditures versus the current fiscal year initial budget. Including special revenues and capital projects, the total governmental fund budgets would respectively be $269.7 million in revenues and $296.2 million in expenditures. I'd be happy to answer any questions.
So, Delene, the capital project means we're taking into account the bonds.
Yes.
And, because when I first looked at it, I was like, duh, but yeah, that's taken, and actually that'll be this week.
Yes, the closing for the bond is scheduled for Thursday, so there is a mismatch across fiscal years. So that funding the inflow happens in FY26, when the expenditures will primarily be in FY27.
Okay.
Good eye.
Blind man gets one once in a while, but yeah. Okay. Thank you. Any other questions?
All right, as the district's recommendation to tentatively adopt this budget, that then allows for the two public meetings to take place as the board moves to final adoption of the budget in June. The budget can be updated, and it will be as we receive the state allotment sheet and any other changes the board may have between now and the final adoption in June.
Okay. All right, so I guess now we need a motion on the floor to tentatively adopt this budget, if it so pleases the board.
I make a motion, we approve the tentative budget as presented.
Got a motion by Mr. Cater. Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Any questions? All those in favor, raise your right hand. And that's everyone. Thank you, Ms. Wolf, and thank you, board. And the next action item for business is to deal with Grant Heinzman.
Yes, sir. Very excited to bring you the bids that were presented to us last Thursday on the Glanton Heisman project. To remind the board, this is one of the bonded projects she's referencing from SPLOST 7. It's one of our larger projects in the bonded package. We knew it was going to be right around $10 million. We're taking down a wing and going back up with a 2-story. We'll be doing quite a bit of drive and parking improvements along with that, which will encompass having to totally move the playground to be able to get that done. While we're in the building, we'll be doing quite a bit of renovation in some of the other older parts of the building. One of the exciting things, Mr. Miller and Dr. Brooks, you'll like, is the way the school lays right now, that the kids have to come out of the building to get to the dining room. We're taking care of that, and we're enclosing that hall so they don't have to come outside of the building to get to the dining room. We're very close to eliminating all of those kind of issues. The last place really is what the project will do at Temple Elementary. But I think we had 7 companies that bid, very, very competitive. The numbers were extremely competitive. If you looked on eBoard, you could see that at the end of the day, the lowest bid and the highest score was for J&R Construction. Their base bid was $9,085,000. When you add on the fees, contingency, equipment, technology that we go, all that it takes to put alongside of that, the total project would be $9,925,242. We're very excited because that's right over $300,000 under budget. So anytime we can have especially one of these big projects that come under budget, that's a good thing. And so we're very, very excited about that. The project also includes a shield system for Glanton Heisman area, so they were very excited to add that component. We would be glad to answer any questions the board has, and then we'd love to make a recommendation to the board approve J&R Construction as our contractor for this project.
Have any questions?
Just excited.
I did have one question. So I see the score in here, but we had a panel that reviewed this.
Yes, sir.
Could I ask, who was the panel?
Yes, sir. The panel was Mr. Harding, Mr. Beers, and Tim Gribbin.
Okay.
They were the 3 scores.
All right.
Dr. Ainsworth and I observed, but we do not score.
Perfect.
As a part of that.
All right. Any other questions? Hearing none, I would entertain a motion.
I'll make a motion to approve it as presented.
I second that.
We've got a motion and a second. All those in favor, or any questions? Any questions? I gotta do better on that. None? All those in favor, raise your right hand. All right, approved.
And I'll remind the board that we'll have a Temple High School bid for you in June at our meeting there. So got that coming right around the corner too.
Very good. Okay, and then I guess we review the agenda for the May 14th board meeting. Any questions on the agenda? Do we have to vote on that? Or not? No. All right. Then we'll move on. I'll make a recommendation that the board meet in executive session to discuss the future acquisition of real estate, safety, and security, personnel pending or threatened litigation, and recommendations that are exempt from disclosure under the Open Records Act. Do we have a motion?
I make that motion.
Thank you, Dr. Brooks.
I'll second.
Second, all in favor, raise your right hand. I'll consider this an executive session. We're gonna stay in here.
Yeah, we can just stay here if that pleases the board.
Okay, welcome back, and at this time, I would ask for a motion to adjourn executive session.
I'll make that motion.
Have a motion?
I'll second.
Have a second, all in favor, raise your right hand. And that'll call us back into regular session. Now, I would like to make a recommendation that the board approve the personnel actions as presented by the superintendent.
I'll make that motion.
I'll second. Oh.
Got a motion and a second. All those in favor, please raise your right hand. All right. I would like to take a point of privilege that involved in the personnel actions we just took. We made several, but I would like to congratulate Mr. Glenn Harding on becoming, as of July 1st, the new associate superintendent. So I think we are doing right. All right. Now we got to skip back up. And we're going to go to student achievement now. Dr. Jessica Ainsworth.
Thank you, Mr. Miller. This evening, we have an update from PASS, as well as our PASS MOU. Ms. Meredith Browning, our Executive Director of PASS, is unable to be here tonight. She had an emergency and is at the hospital with a family member. But in the audience is Tanish Jones and Michael Teeters. They're both PASS advocates at Villa Rica High School. And we have a special treat tonight. Aiden Hernandez is a student. He's going to share a little bit about PASS and the impact on his life. So with that, I'll turn it over to the team.
I'd like to thank the members of the board for having us here tonight and everything. Again, Meredith did send her apologies not being able to be here. She gave us some numbers, so we're trying to hit those real quick. As we do this, we do want to thank you very much as the board and the county as a whole, the support that we felt we've received at PASS. This is our second year serving at Villa Rica High School together and everything, and it's been nothing but support from the top to the bottom, everywhere in between, especially our experience at Villa Rica High School. So we certainly appreciate that. And so we want to share just basic numbers for the county high schools. This particular school year, we had 277 students on our caseload. We had 60 seniors total, and as of this morning, reporting we have 100% graduation rate for all of our seniors that we were able to serve throughout all the high schools here in Carroll County. We're close to the edge there. We're trying to bring them through and everything. We got them all across. The teachers, the staff, everybody just does a great job of working with us and working these kids and making sure they get what they need to be able to move forward. We also had then about 18,500 care closet visits, which consists of coming in for snacks, food, clothing, hygiene, school supplies, things of that nature. It's a great blessing to be able to be there in all the schools and to be able to provide that support. We meet a lot of the students that way, just being there, they're comfortable to be able to come in there and just talk with us and receive some things that they might need and might not otherwise ask for, because we're just there, we're just part of the school, and so they're so comfortable with that as we do that. And so with that, I think it's best with the numbers and everything, that's the numbers you want us to share here. Ask Ms. Jones to introduce Aiden, because the numbers are nice, but Aiden's what it's really all about.
So I'm just going, this is Aiden Hernandez. He has been with PASS, all 4 years. And when we transitioned in our 2 years ago, he just kind of transitioned with us and he's been wonderful, but I'll let him tell his story.
Hello, my name is Aiden Hernandez. I am a senior graduating the 19th of May. I am so honored to speak to all of y'all, and I'm so thankful for the board, and most importantly, Ms. Jones and Mr. Teeters for this moment. I don't know where I would be at this moment without them. My 9th grade year, I didn't hear what PASS was until a counselor told me what it was and how successful I would be with them. I didn't really have anything to, if it was like school supplies or just stuff at home or just anything in general. I just came in, introduced myself, and stayed with my grades and everything. This year, I definitely don't know where I'd be without them. My best friend, Skylar Carroll, passed away in August, and I didn't think I was gonna make it this year. I didn't think I was gonna end up being successful or graduate this year. They have helped me stay on top of everything, make sure I get out in time, stay with my grades, and they would always check in with me, make sure I'm doing okay. Like I say, I don't know what I would do without them. I feel more than honored to be a part of this and to be a part of their lives. And I'm so grateful for this opportunity.
Do we have any questions or comments from the board?
One question. We are so proud of you. Just hang in there with them, and you'll be fine, okay?
Thank you.
I think if you ever wondered why this was ever worth it, you don't have to add anything to what he just said.
I agree, Barb.
Aiden, I'd like to say that you were very inspiring to all of us tonight, and it really strikes a chord with us personally to hear the result of what PASS has done for you in your life. I just want to give you one encouraging word moving forward, is for someone to be as inspired as you were tonight and very convincing that you're very inspired by it. Here's what I challenge you to do, is to give it forward. You'll have an opportunity now as you graduate, and you've got to cross that finish line. There'll be some other finish lines that you'll have to complete, that you'll keep working towards. Let what happened here remind you, number one, you can do it. But number two, there are going to be other people, other Aidens you'll come in contact with throughout your life. Give it forward to them. Encourage them. Be that leader to them. Be what difference these guys made in your life. You be a difference to them and show them that it can be done. So I challenge you to stay the course and do that. And we're very proud of you.
Aiden, I'm going to add one thing. You're going to graduate from Villarica High School. And I'm probably not sitting here as the board member or board chair or whatever if it hadn't been for the fact that Villarica High School and Villarica gave me a lot, because I graduated from there a long time ago. A little bit about what Mr. Turner said. Don't think because you graduate that we're not here for you. I want to also say that you can come back. I know these two people. I know Mr. Teeters really, really well. You reach back if you need something, because I'll tell you, Carroll County and Villarica, they'll give back to you if you need them. So don't think that your journey's over with Villarica High School. They'll be there for you. I commend you for what you said was spot on, and it was full of conviction. You're going to do really well. Congratulations.
Mr. Miller, as part of our update this evening, I'm also bringing to each of you our annual PASS MOU. It defines our relationship with the PASS organization. The PASS board, as well as Carroll County Schools, would like to recommend for next school year to maintain that relationship and place 6 advocates, as well as Ms. Browning, serving students at Central High School. And we recommend the MOU be placed as a consent agenda for Thursday night, May 14th.
Does anybody have an issue with that being on consent agenda for Thursday? Very well.
Thank you. That concludes our updates.
All right, great update. At this time, we'll go to stakeholder engagement with Superintendent Scott Carroll.
Yes, sir. Thank you, Mr. Chair. Aiden, I too want to congratulate you on a job well done tonight. Very proud of you. Busy time of the year, a lot of things happening right now. We had a really successful reception tonight for Dr. Ainsworth before the meeting. Want to specifically remind you about the Bow Sow breakfast come Monday morning. I think it's at 9 o'clock at the PAC. This is another one of those really wonderful opportunities to honor valedictorians and salutatorians of each of our schools. So hope you can be there. We have listed the different graduation dates and times. Next week is so easy with that. What a wonderful time of the year to honor our graduates. We're very, very excited as we work with our high schools. Our graduation rate is going to be well over 90% again for the district, and so just so proud of what all of them do. Also very excited, this will be the second year of our G+ data. If you remember, we instituted that last year for those students who choose to go beyond, what percentage, and if you remember last year, that was I think, in the mid-50s, if I remember correctly. And we had a goal, hopefully, to get it up towards 70% this year, and it appears that we're going to probably exceed that. So, again, hats off to the high schools and to all the teachers and counselors and people, because that's helping young people to decide to do more, okay? Which means they'll be better prepared. And so the more we can focus on that, the more powerful and better prepared our students will be as they leave us and go on to other things. Moving into June, my goodness, we got the GSBA conference. I think most of you that are going, you got those registrations and whatnot. If you need any assistance, please work with Ms. Gann. I'm very excited about that opportunity. Dr. Ainsworth and I both will be there with the board members who are there. As Ms. Wolf mentioned earlier, June's big, it's our June board meeting for our adoption of the budget. We do believe, because we haven't got the state allotment sheet, as she mentioned, that we'll be getting the information between now and June. If we do, we will send out an electronic update on it, you know, so that you can make sure you get whatever data. Fingers crossed that maybe the allotment sheet might be a little better than we're projecting. But as she says, we like to budget conservatively until we actually know that indeed that's a fact. A lot of other things happening in June with our schools. Our schools are, believe it or not, are really busy in the month of June when it comes to the work they're doing in their buildings, the camps that they're offering for students, activities they're offering in their buildings on campus, but the planning that they're doing for next year. All of our schools will have planning sessions where they'll bring in their school leadership team. They'll look at this year's data. They'll talk about what they want to do as a school team for next year. They'll get all that ready going into July, ready to start the school year. And then we'll turn around and it'll be July. We'll be full of kickoff sessions of all different types and getting ready for school. So busy time of the year. I'll be glad to answer any questions the board members might have about into the school activities.
Any questions? A lot of stuff. Okay, if there's no questions, we'll turn it over to Mr. Glenn Harding for organizational excellence.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. As Mr. Ruby makes his way to the podium, I do want to take an opportunity to just, you know, we talk a lot about elevating and elevating 2.0, and I can tell you that our fine arts under his leadership has done just that, if not more. It's just unbelievable. I want to tell the board that Mr. Ruby was recognized last month by one of our media outlets, West Georgia TV. He was recognized in his role with marching bands that brings Friday night an atmosphere to our communities and values the growth of our young people. And this year he was recognized as a Lifetime Achievement Award presented in fine arts by West Georgia TV. And as a cabinet or a district, we got him a token of his appreciation as well. So if y'all would give him a hand for that.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the opportunity to be here to share some updates with you about the fine arts. We've had a busy, successful, and exciting year. At the Performing Arts Center, we had over 80 fine arts specific events, and as you know, hundreds of other events that happen during the course of the year. And a lot of our fine arts groups perform at those events, whether they're small solo groups or chamber ensembles. And that's not to mention the massive amounts of fine arts events that we do off campus, both within the schools and throughout the community. Even the animal shelter this year had an art show. So we've had a lot of things happening throughout the district. Two events at the Performing Arts Center that I want to draw your attention to. For the 6th consecutive year, we have hosted the GMEA District 7 South large group performance evaluations for both band and chorus. We've had over 140 different school ensembles visit our Performing Arts Center during that time that encompass not only Carroll and Carrollton City, but Douglas, Paulding, Harrelson, and even portions of Floyd and Bartow County. So we have definitely brought in a lot of different people to show off our Performing Arts Center. It's been wonderful. Also, our College Fine Arts Fair, which is now just a fine arts fair. We elevated the event this year to include employment opportunities for our students, and we brought in 2 repair academies that do on-site training for students to go directly into the field of instrument repair. So that was a neat addition that we had. Had 21 colleges, both the Army and National Guard, and those 2 repair school facilities. Next year, we're looking to expand even more with a couple more of our out-of-state colleges that a lot of our students are now attending. So we're excited about elevating that even more next year. Moving on to our band division, we once again hosted a county band exhibition, had a record attendance this year out at Villa High School. They did an incredible job. We're very proud that our media outlets for the 3rd year have attended and done live stream of the event. We've had people check in from all over the world that have watched our marching bands because of that addition to our exhibition. And we're very proud that we awarded 4 more Norman Pageant Music Scholarships this past year. All 4 of these students are currently attending Georgia colleges, majoring in music education. It's been an incredible boost to our teacher pipeline project, a group that we're doing just through that scholarship fund, so that's been exciting for us. Moving on to our chorus group, we had 9 students, selected from Carroll County for the All-State Chorus. That is an 80% increase over last year. So we're very excited about that. And I did fail to mention we had 10 band students selected to All-State, which is a 25% increase. All-State band for Georgia is the highest achieving accomplishment that a music student can receive in the state of Georgia. So that's a big honor for those students. We had 12 students, which is a 50% increase over last year, attend the GMEA 6th grade statewide honor chorus. And then in our elementary division, we had 2 students, both from Temple Elementary, that attended the GMEA statewide elementary honor chorus. We are in the 2nd year of our music blueprint that we designed last summer, 2 summers ago rather. We are already seeing just incredible growth in our vertical alignment strategies between elementary to middle school to better prepare our young musicians for a successful time in middle school band and chorus. Also, I wanted to share with you that we added this year in the elementary music classrooms a technology program called Quaver. This was a big step for us and has been a massive addition to our elementary curriculum. We just got the report from Quaver. Carroll County schools are averaging what they call 11 hits per day. The Georgia average is 7. And we had 38,000 total launches by our elementary teachers, which is incredible. Our teachers have commented on how it has made their classrooms more engaging with higher participation and energy from students, especially our 4th and 5th graders. It's better preparing them for future success, so we're excited about that program. Next year, we've already been in talks with the Quaver folks that they are going to include character resources, concert etiquette materials, and I'm excited about this. They're going to add some cross-curricular activities implementing the literacy and math into their music education classrooms in elementary, so that's going to be huge for us. Moving on to our visual arts, we had 2 middle school students, both from Central Middle School, that had their artwork selected for the Capitol Art Exhibit, and their art is currently being displayed at the Georgia State Capitol. I've put a link in the e-board to that video for you to be able to see their work. I'm very, very proud of our students that participated in the Kiwanis Art Showcase. Carroll County swept all 5 places this year. So all 5 went to Carroll County students. Abigail Seal from Bowden High School was the best in show, and she actually finished 3rd in the state of Georgia in the Kiwanis State Contest. So we're very proud of what's happening with our art students. And then our art gala this year, every single school in Carroll County participated, and it was the largest number of participants and spectators that we had attend that event. And I think that our continued success and increased participation in quality is due in large part to us adding the visual art liaisons, one for elementary and then one for middle and high school. Moving on to theater, several of our elementary schools have elevated their music theater performances, and Temple High School actually held their very first full musical in the history of the program this year. We offered an additional professional learning opportunity for all of our theater teachers through a partnership with the University of West Georgia Townsend Center and the Carrollton Center for the Arts. Moving on to premier facilities, we have a brand new band and chorus edition and marching band practice field out at Mount Zion High School. They were absolutely beautiful, and they are both being used very, very well, and it's been a great addition to the Mount Zion cluster. And as you know, planning is underway for the new band and chorus rooms at Temple High School, and we're very excited about those beautiful facilities also. I want to finish with some honors that I wanted to share with you. First of all, the Fine Arts had 3 of our fine arts teachers selected as Teacher of the Year at their schools this year. Anna Aldridge at Mount Zion High School, she teaches art. Katrina Conlon at Providence Elementary, she also teaches art. And then Valicia Ogletree, our music teacher at Temple Elementary. Central High School one-act play won the GHSA Region 3 4A championship and finished 4th in the state of Georgia, which is the highest rank we've ever had with that program, and I believe it's the first time they've won a region championship as well. I also wanted to share with you that Charlie Duke, who's an 11th grader at Bowden High School, was the winner of the Young Composers Competition that's sponsored by the Carroll Symphony Orchestra, and his composition was actually performed by the Symphony Orchestra earlier this year, so we're proud of him. Also, 24 of our music teachers attended the GMEA conference this year, where they received advanced professional development through clinics and performances. Our support of their attendance through covering registration fees and subs while they're gone has been instrumental in the continued elevation of our programs and the work that our teachers are doing. The Villa Rica High School Jazz Band was selected to perform at the conference this year. This was the 5th consecutive year that we've had a Carroll County Performing Ensemble featured at our state conference. And Ann Wilson, who is the Associate Director at Villa Rica High School, she's in her 4th year, was selected as the GMEA Young Music Educator of the Year for the entire state of Georgia. So we're very proud of Ann. We had a student, Chloe Robertson from Villa Rica High School. She will be attending the highly competitive field of visual arts at the Georgia Governor's Honors Program. And then we had 141 seniors earn the Fine Arts Seal this year. That's a 16.2% increase over last year. 136 of those earned the Carroll County G+, and that is a 17% increase over last year. And then we were very excited that of our 2025 seniors that are on the Fine Arts pathway, they had a 100% graduation rate this year.
Wow.
And then lastly, Carroll County Schools was recognized by the NAM Foundation for the 4th consecutive year as a Best Communities for Music Education. There was only 16 school systems in the entire state that received this honor this year. So we're very, very proud of that honor and proud of our teachers and the support that we get from our school system and our communities for that. So to finish up, I just wanted to share that our programs and teachers are consistently working to establish premier performances and elevated standards in everything they do. Their commitment to excellence is being recognized both within our county, our region, and across the state of Georgia as our programs reach new levels of success and representation. Our focus priority moving forward will be to connect our schools, programs, students, educators, and the community to the transforming power of the performing arts. And we feel that by fostering these meaningful connections, we will continue elevating our programs, ensuring that the fine arts remain a primary reason that Carroll County Schools is chosen as a premier school of choice for our students. And to finish, I just want to thank you again as a Board of Education and how much we, and I speak on behalf of all of our fine arts teachers, appreciate the support that you give us, the unwavering support that you give us. Please know that it does not go unnoticed. And we know that what we have here is very special, and our teachers comment on that regularly. So we thank you for your support. And Mr. Coward, we thank you. On a personal note, as you know, I've known you my entire career, and I just want to thank you for the support that you have not only given all of our fine arts, but for me personally. And we love and appreciate you very much. Thank you. Any questions that you may have?
Wow. Any questions, comments? I'll tell you that each year, I don't believe you cease to amaze this board. That's why, it just gets better and better. When I think about the college career deal that you do over here, now there's 23, you can count in everything, and I think about the difference that's gonna make in the lives. It's amazing, but this has evolved. If anybody's doing fine arts the way we are in the state, I'd love to see it. And that's due in large part to our leader. And so I think we need to give you a big round of applause. We appreciate you so much. Top that, Glenn.
I tell you. I hear we gotta go somewhere at 7 or something. Next, I'd like to give a quick update on our facilities. Our two major projects right now, Mountain Zion Middle School. As you can see here, it's starting to look like a school. Interior block work has been completed. The roofing deck, plumbing's all been completed. Working on the AC, the sprinkler system on the inside. And the big thing is two things. One, exterior brick is gonna begin as early as next week. And then our kitchen and cafeteria modifications, they will begin as soon as the kids are gone to summer vacation. So we're looking forward to that at Mountain Zion. Temple Middle School, right there, kind of just behind Mountain Zion as always with the project, with the scope of it and the rain and stuff that we have. But exterior block has also been completed. The interior walls and door frames on the inside is nearing completion. And we started on the new car line a little bit during the break, but that will be a lot of work in the summer. And also, just like Mountain Zion, we'll be starting on the interior projects when the kids are gone for the summer. Mr. Coward mentioned a little bit earlier that we continue to put the final touches on Temple High School addition and look forward to bringing that in June. Any questions on Mount Zion Temple? Okay, Mr. Chair, next we've got the fundraising request and field trips. Those are both attached to e-board, and we request that to be reviewed and put on the consent agenda for Thursday night.
Okay, anybody got any issue with those going on the consent agenda? Very good.
All right, at this time each year, we bring the school nutrition vendor pack and things, the bids that they do for the next year for 2026 and 27. And that is also placed on e-board, and we ask for that to be reviewed and put on the consent agenda for Thursday as well.
Okay. Any questions on that now? So is the state still doing the lunch where they cover the cost or no?
Yes, sir. We're still a part of that program.
Okay.
These vendors that you'll see will be for the items, the food, and for cooking.
Okay. All right. Any issue with that? Very good then.
Okay. Also on school nutrition, the regulation I want to make y'all aware of that we are looking, or we would like to increase the adult meals of breakfast from $2 to $2.75, and lunch adults from $4 to $4.75. This increase is necessary to align with the reimbursement rates. So this will put us in a line with those costs, so we're not losing money with adult lunch and breakfast.
Very good. Any issue with putting that on the consent agenda as well? Very good. Seeing none.
Okay, next, board, we have I need to make you aware of board policy FDC, naming of a facility. On March 5th, Mr. Carroll received a recommendation letter to name the Billerica High School basketball court after former head coach Jason Robinson. This letter is attached to e-board. The next steps in this process would, for the board to review, establish a committee to evaluate, and the recommendation be brought back to the board for possible actions.
So I think everybody received that on March 5th as well. So I'd like to ask if there's a committee gathered that Dr. Brooks and myself would be involved with the next steps on that with you.
Yes, sir, Mr. Chair.
Okay.
And I think lastly, we do have a board policy that we'd like to review and lay on the table until the June board meeting. This is due to a change in OCGA 20-2-751.4. This is around changes with the bullying policy. This law that goes into effect changed some of the portion of the statute when it comes to bullying. A couple of things, and it is an e-board lined item, but just to let you know that basically looking at cyberbullying and making sure it's part of the language that schools need to investigate, and when it is on school technology are related in cyberbullying. So that is something new with the law. And then it also says in the law that's new that if we have a student that is accused and punished for bullying, then we also provide counseling for that student as well. I will tell this board that this is new written law, but we already do that in Carroll County as well. So we'll just continue to do that there. So if y'all could review that, we'll make sure that we bring this back up in June.
Very good. Any questions on that?
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. All right, at this time, we will go to Mr. Jerry Griffith. Oh, whoa, we gotta go back to Mr. Lee Wolf for the financial.
Yes, on the agenda, there's 2 items, but the budget update was included with the business items. So I have only the March financial report. Revenues for the general fund totaled 17.1 million. Expenditures were 21.9 million. These are a little bit higher than normal because this is also the month that we received the funding from the state for the one-time employee supplement, and also the month in which we dispersed that one-time supplement. After adjustments, ending fund balance is 55.4 million with 3.5 million in outstanding encumbrances. Moving to SLOSS, the receipts for the month were 1.9 million, which was a 10.3% increase over March of last year. For SLOSS expenditures, the total was 969.7 thousand, with a balance of 9.4 million for the scheduled projects. I'll be happy to answer any questions on the March financial report.
Very good. Any questions for Ms. Wolf on the financial report? Okay. And you say we're good on the next one?
Yes, it was included with
okay.
the business item. Thank
So
you.
I will thank you so much then, and we'll go to Mr. Jared Griffiths for continuous improvement.
Thank you, Mr. Chair. Good evening, Board. I'd like to remind the Board that on Thursday night, we have our annual retiree ceremony. Our retirees will start arriving at their reception about 5:15 p.m. So if you could try to join us between 5:15 and 5:30, you should get plenty of time with our retirees. It'll be a wonderful night of honoring those, even one that's sitting right beside you. So, but we look forward to Thursday evening. As you
Always
also,
special.
what was that?
It's always special.
Yes, sir. As you also see in e-board, there's an MOU for consideration. The MOU is an agreement with Jacksonville State to place their student interns in our schools to complete their programs. We've had a good relationship with Jacksonville State, and we recommend this MOU be placed on the consent agenda for Thursday evening.
Is everybody good with that? Okay, very good.
The next agenda item is a revision of board policy GARH, employee leave and absences, that's been affected by new or amended laws from this most recent legislative session. The addition to the existing policy is written in blue in the attached policy in the e-board agenda. House Bill 1118 states employees are now entitled to 120 hours or 3 weeks of paid maternal birth leave to be used immediately after the birth of a child and prior to using paid parental leave. Additionally, Senate Bill 148 now allows employees to use 5 of their sick days as personal leave versus the 3 that it's been my entire career. So now it's not an increase in the number of sick leave days they get, but they will be allowed to use 2 additional sick leave days as personal for a total of 5. We recommend the revision of GARH lie on the table until the June work session for the purposes of collecting public input.
Everybody okay with that?
And this concludes my report.
Thank you, sir. At this time, we will skip down to public input. Seeing none, we'll move to board member comments. All right, I'll ask for a motion to adjourn.
Make a motion.
And second,
Second.
all those in favor, raise your hand, and